Hello, YouTube. Welcome to a very small commentary channel. And this channel, as I've just explained, a commentary. And I discuss anything and everything. I try and tackle all sorts of topics. Lately, I've been doing missing. But today, I wanted to go back to topics which I tackled well over a year ago, and that was addiction, drugs, trauma, all that sort of thing. Now, part of having an addiction, whether it be drugs, whether it be shopping, whether it be even, social networks, screening through Facebook addiction, whatever type of where an addiction is where a behavior gets out of hand, becomes a problem, where you're investing all your time in and it gives you that rush. Now, when we have these addictions, we get an urge or a trigger. Now, what is an urge? An urge is that we need to do it. And things could trigger us off. For example, say our addiction's cigarettes, and we walk down the road and we can smell someone smoking a cigarette. That's going to give us the urge to smoke that cigarette. So what can we do about urges? It's very, very simple, and I've written it down here. When you get an urge to do anything, whether it's addiction or anything, an urge to be nasty to someone, to retaliate, to be angry. So this not only applies to addiction, it can apply to emotional reaction. When we get an urge to react, to act upon whatever that may be, we have two choices. We either do it or we don't do it. Now, if we just stepped back for a moment and looked at that urge. So say the urge is, for example, as I posted the other day, received a really offensive, inappropriate adult toys in a parcel, and I knee-jerk reacted. That's an emotional, that was an urge to react. If I had stepped back for a moment and said, now I can either react or not react to these objects. And this is a way to help you decide. And I've explained the cost-benefit analysis before, and it's probably a more simplified version of that. The cost-benefit analysis is a very good tool run by SMART. SMART stands for Self-Management and Recovery Training. It's online, but anyway, when you get an urge, you can either act on it or not. So someone's hurt you, so you can retaliate or not. But if you step back for a moment and think about it, and think, if I react or act on this urge, is this going to be what I want my life to be? Will I get something out? Will it make me be a better person? Will it make me be the person I want to be? And if the answer is yes, by doing this, I'm going to be a better person, the kind of person I want to be, then go ahead and act on the urge. But if the urge says, no, this is a step backwards, this is not going to be what I want, I don't want to be this, I don't want to be like this, then don't act on it. Now, urges, they come and go. They're like waves. They're like, if you can, and just like waves, you can surf them. And urges can start off very small. And if you stop for a minute and recognize it, give it a name, give it intensity. How bad an urge is it? Is it, I really need to do this? Or, I don't need to do this. And then instead of going through it, say this is an urge that won't make you a better person, won't make you be the person you want to be. It's an urge that in fact will make you be the person you don't want to be. Think to yourself, what can I put in place of this urge that will make me feel better? For example, say you're at a pub and you are trying to give up alcohol and all around you is alcohol. And your goal to be a better person is to give up alcohol, but you've got an urge to drink alcohol because there's triggers around you. Everybody else is drinking. So you have to ride that urge and say, what can I drink that will make me feel or be the better person that I want to be? What can I put in place instead of alcohol? Maybe go and have a glass of lemonade. Sometimes we can trick ourselves. Say you know that you're, say in the same situation, you have an issue with alcohol and you're going to an important event like a wedding and you know there's going to be alcohol. You can trick your body. Here's an example. Get an old wine bottle and fill it up with lemonade. Take it and also make yourself the designated driver so you know that you have to drive home sober. Now, all these things are put in place that when you get the urge, you can conquer the urge because you've got things put in place. So when you ride urges, think of things that could be put in their place, right? And the other thing that happens with urges, which I said are just like waves, just like you see a guy on a surfboard or a girl on a surfboard, they sit and they wait. And when the urge comes or the wave comes, they ride it. Now, if you fight the urge, you're going to drown. So if you've got to go with it. You've got to allow yourself to feel it. Don't fight it. That's another topic that I'm going to have to cover. I haven't got enough time in this video to explain how to do that. But very basically, I wanted to get across two things. That you can either act on your urge or not act. So it's very simple. We can either react or not react. And it's all about training. The more we practice, the better we get at this. And when it comes to reactions or whatever you want to call it, think of the outcome. Think of the consequences, the costs, benefits. If I act on this, is this where I want to be in my life? Is this the consequences? Is this going to make me a better person? Am I going to be happy? Or am I going to be filled with remorse and regret and self-hatred? And if, it's going to be improve your life, make it better, of course, act upon it. All right, that's very short and simple. I just wanted to make it very quick explanation. I will follow up in teaching you perhaps a few tricks, but that's down the line because we need to keep it simple at the moment. So I'm only learning this myself. as you all know, I was a drug addict for 17 years, and I sometimes get the urges too. Sometimes I lie in bed and I remember what it felt like. And for me, I have a bad reaction. It just feels icky. And remembering all the, yeah, it was, the feeling, if you do, as I said, the cost benefit, and you weigh up all the costs of getting high, you'll find that it's very, very temporary to the costs of not being, or the advantages of not being high. In fact, it's cheaper, your health, all these things, that the benefits of not being high far outweigh those temporary advantages of being high. All right, I didn't want to go over 10 minutes, so there's a lot there to unpack that I've discussed. So I hope you have a really wonderful weekend. Cherish every moment. Love the best you can. Every life matters. And just before I go, about addiction. If you relapse, please don't beat yourself up. It's just a lesson in a journey. It's just a mistake, and it doesn't discount all that good hard work that you've put in before it. But I'm a bit off the topic because this topic was about, should I act on an urge or not? Thanks for watching. Love, light and blessings. Bye for now.